Hey, it's Matthias now out of the Grona office in Germany again. Now, as said before, when applying a configuration, the first thing is to connect the data recorders, the data interfaces, and this is done with the network device module. So with clicking onto that, you see that a new tab is opening as Machine Works is working on tabs. So it's browser-based, so it's always the tabs, and you can go back and forth with all the tabs here are open all the time whenever required. And now, after moving into the network module, the network device module, you already see a dashboard of the agents, which means finally the interfaces that allow you to connect devices into Machine Works for bringing data into the database. Finally, you see the device health. If we connect devices, you will see what it means finally in reality. And on the right-hand side, on the network module dashboard, you see the system stats, so the number of agents that we have available. So it is supporting the wireless gateways as well as asset monitors. So for that reason, there are 2 agents predefined. And with clicking onto the agents, finally, you see what it means. There is an agent name, a host name, which is my server name, finally, as you see that on the upper screen with the address bar of the browser as well. It's the same name here. It's a type, so it describes what it is as a predefinition for the asset monitors and the wireless gateways, finally. And you see how many devices we have connected here. So an agent can cover multiple devices. It can be more than one, finally. Now, with getting started for applying a configuration, we can easily click onto the devices. And with looking into the devices on the upper right corner, you see that there's asset monitors, wireless gateways, and wireless devices, finally. And for adding and connecting an asset monitor, you can easily click the New Device button over here. You can enter a name for this, and I call that AM Demo for me. And you should for sure enter an IP address, how to connect to the asset monitor finally. And last but not least, it requires a username, since the asset monitor has a Machine Works interface on board, which is specifically designed only for communication in between the asset monitor and Machine Works. And this requires a specific username, which I have pre-configured in my asset monitor and named it Machine Works user. What? And I gave it a specific password as well. And that's finally it. You can enter a description as well, and I may call it demo. For a reason, it's one of my demo systems. So with pressing the save button now, it immediately gets connected to the device. So it asks me to save the password. I don't want to do that. And with that, you now see that the AMS as a monitor that I connected here is shown to be connected already. So it's shown green status. The device health is unhealthy or not known right now for a reason that I did not collect any data. But that's it, how to add and connect a device into the agent. So we can do the same thing for the wireless gateways. Now, as you see from here, it's the same thing as we did that for the asset monitor. So we can click onto the New Device button, and I can enter a name, or should enter a name for my wireless gateway, and I call it Wireless Demo Grow now. For sure, we need the IP address of this gateway for getting it connected to Machine Works finally, and so this the one for me here. And yeah, for sure. Also, we have an opportunity to add a description if we want to, but it's not a general need to have a description entered. And with clicking the Save button now, you see that this agent appears automatically, or the gateway automatically appears at the agent section, and it is connected already. Now, give it a few moments for recognizing all the devices. The gateway is now connected, and now Machine Works is looking, or the network module is looking into the gateway finally for recognizing all the wireless transmitters and vibration monitors that I have connected to the gateway itself. So don't worry if you don't see everything at the early beginning. So as said, we can move into the wireless section now, and yeah, it already recognized all my devices that I have available for my gateway, which includes a wireless vibration monitor. It includes 2 transmitters, wireless transmitters, that are now shown from here. So the great thing is, and you can upgrade your browser, refresh your browser from time to time as well, which helps a little bit to make all the data updated on screen. But now, if moving back into the SM monitor section and seeing that we have this one SM monitor, and as well we have this one gateway connected now, and you see the health status as well for the devices after connecting it successfully. Now we can easily hover into the device section now for getting more details about the status of, for example, the SM monitor, by just clicking onto the SM monitor as we have that connected. And with that, you see that it moves into a section on the device level now, where we have our SM monitor shown on screen. You can click for more details about the one SM monitor you're looking to now. And the great thing that I really love is you have the host name shown from here as well as a link. So if I want to change anything to my SM monitor, I can easily click on here. Since the SM monitor is browser-based as well, from logging perspective, I can log into my SM monitor and see everything directly out of Machine Works. I don't need to go anywhere else while doing configuration and for double-checking things. So on the lower hand side, let's go into here. You see the data collections as they have been configured inside of the SM monitor. And the great thing is you can do a demand collection from here. So that means if I want to do a demand collection, data collection, as it is configured, I can easily check the box here, and I can include the scalar data as well, and click onto the demand button over here for bringing everything into Machine Works. So you see a status, demand status finally. It has now completed, and it's just done right now. And now moving into the lower part section, the charm section, you see all the charms, all the input channels that are available. So the sensors means it's including the charms, but also including the external data points and the status from here. Now for really seeing data, we can move into the measurement definitions. And on the measurement definitions, you will find all the charm data as we have recorded or grabbed that now from our demand collection, and it's showing you last collection date. It's just a minute ago, so it got all the data from here out of the data collections, as well as the scalar data as we included that finally. It will be shown from here, and it tells you how old this data is already. Now on the lower part now, moving into the device parameters, you see the temperature and voltage reference data about the SM monitor hardware itself, which is shown from the Machine Works interface here on the device section. And last but not least, it has some event logging that is recognized from Machine Works and tells you as well what happened to the SM monitor. So we processed the data collection has been triggered on demand. It's showing you exactly that. You can filter that as well a little bit if you want to see only critical events, for example. So all this information is given directly from here. I can be managed for demand collections if you want to on the SM monitor. Now moving back into the device section now, and having the same look into the wireless gateway for doing that. So with clicking onto the wireless gateway, you will move into the gateway, and from here you see the parameters, the logical devices, and the event log for the gateway itself. And also here you have an IP address link directly into your gateway, since you can access that from the browser as well. But going back here now and moving into the wireless transmitters and the wireless vibration monitor, finally you can click onto that as well. So clicking onto the wireless vibration monitor, you see that on screen now. You can check the more detailed section. If we would have entered anything into the config, it will be shown from here. Now, the great thing is that you have a bulk configuration and a configuration button on the upper right corner. And with clicking on to configure, you're able to set up what it means from the noise threshold levels, the RMS value levels. A bulk configuration tool is available as well that helps you configuring things for multiple devices in once. So that's a great thing here. If we're now moving to the lower part, you see the collections, and this includes the scalar data spectrum, thumbnails, and waveform information. And also for that, we can check the boxes and start a demand collection if we're interested in getting this data into Machine Works finally. We leave that running for the while as it takes a little bit. Just leave it running. It will come back with messaging on screen if anything happens, if anything has been finished. But you see the demand status with the percentage value over here, how fast it is and how much it has collected already. Now looking to the sensors, as we know that for the wireless vibration monitor, there are 3 vibration sensors built in, X, Y, and Z, which are indicated from here, and the defined measurements that can be recognized for those directions are shown as well. And last but not least, we're moving into the lower part of the measurement definitions here, where you see now you can scroll down and you see all the 3 axes, X, Z, X, and for sure Y, with up to 6 or 13 parameters, 16 parameters that can be shown from here and made available. We also have some health understanding about the battery life, so the battery voltage is shown, and an event log is available for the wireless devices as well. Now this is finally what you can bring on screen, how you can manage the data collections manually on demand from here. And with now moving into the agent section on the left hand side, you now see that it is showing you more of what we have seen before. In the early beginning, it were just the 2 agents without any connections, but now you see that there is one asset monitor connected to the agent for the asset monitor. Another agent, like for the gateway, has been connected to one gateway finally, but on the gateway it has found 3 different logical devices. And the good thing is you can manage the setup as well. You may have additional gateways, agents set up, and with that you can reassign devices in between the gateways. You can rename a gateway, an agent, if you want to. So finally this allows you to do the renaming. And well, same thing for all the agents, all the devices. And now let's have a step back into the network module page and have a further look to the dashboard. So on the dashboard screen now, you see what we have configured, what we have brought into Machine Works from the connection interfaces. So it is looking to the connection status. It has now one asset monitor being connected, one wireless gateway being connected for the 2 agents that we have set up. On the device health, you see that in more detail on device level now with the asset monitor, the wireless transmitters, and the wireless vibration monitor finally. And on the system stats, you see the 2 agents and the devices again. So the good thing is you can hover now from anywhere to everywhere. So that means finally, if you want to have more details on the agent, just click on to an agent from anywhere, either on the system stats, or you can do that on the connection stats, or you can move into the agents on the tab left hand. So wherever you want to go, you can easily go there. Or if you want to see more details about the asset monitor, you can easily move into the agent for the asset monitor for finally ending up here. So that's now the great thing about the network device module interface. So it's agent-based now, which makes it very fast in communication. And you have your dashboard, your device connection dashboard exactly here. Now, as said before, with Machine Works, it's all browser-based. So that finally means if you're on your on any app right now, which is our network module app that we're looking to right now, on the lower left side, you have all the different other apps available from Machine Works available as well. You can easily move into any section from here to wherever you want to go. So that means, for example, if we want to go back to the dashboard, we can go into the dashboard again and click onto that for seeing a new tab being opened for the dashboard now. That allows us to go to see everything on screen if we would have configured a machine. And the app switcher interface that we described earlier is available here, so you can move from here to everywhere again. So we can go back into the network module, or you can, for example, just go from the tab level on top. So you can do that on the tabs, or by controlling that through the app switcher and the apps interface bar on the left side within the network module. So that's what you should do for getting the devices connected to Machine Works at the early beginning. And with that, we're moving further to the configuration of a machine tray, which will be one of our next tutorials.